I'm Tracy. Welcome to my sewing room. Today we are going to learn how to make the rope basket with your modern sewing machine. What you'll need today is some rope, a sewing machine that does a zigzag stitch. With the rope basket, you can't just use a sewing machine that just only does a straight stitch, because what we need to do is connect these together. And the way to do that is with a zigzag stitch. This is pretty beginner friendly, so I don't think you'll have much trouble with this. This was my first basket that I made. You see it's not very good because the handles aren't out far enough, but I tried. And it's pretty cute. I kept it. Since this one, I've made gifts for people using the rope basket, and they seem to really like it. This was one little one that I made right here. It's just a tiny one. You can put your rings in it, your sewing needles, or whatever. It's a whatever basket. This one I keep on my kitchen table, and I put it on a Lazy Susan, and it just goes around and around and around, and there we keep napkins, salt and pepper shakers, whatever you would keep, on your table. So I don't prefer this particular rope. It's a little different than this one right here. It's more of a floppy. I think I got this one at Tractor Supply, this rope. And you can kind of feel, every rope is different. So if you go to the store and you look at the ropes, just kind of feel how pliable it is. The more pliable, the more floppy your basket's going to be. But when you put stuff in it, it does, it does stand up and whatnot and stays open. It doesn't collapse or anything, so that's good. So that's this one. It's a pretty big one, and I made it with my Brother sewing machine. I have a Brother SQ9185 computerized sewing, and I do love it. One thing about the rope basket is that you're going to want to make sure that you have a nice flat surface. If not, your basket's going to end up all wonky. So that's one thing to remember. And you don't have to put the fabric in these baskets. Here I added fabric, but today we are going to make the rope basket out of my scrappy Shabby Chic fabric. And Shabby Chic to me is roses and just real pretty fabric, bright colors, and just beautiful. I love rose fabric. So today I decided to make a Shabby Chic basket with you. So, all right, so let's get started. First thing you're going to do is take the rope and you're going to roll it up in a ball. Okay? And that will help us out a lot later so that it doesn't get tangled, because it will get tangled if you don't do this step. So be sure and do this step. Now on the end you can see that the company that manufactured this burnt it on the end. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of tape and you are going to wrap it like so. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because that very first piece we are going to cover up with some of our fabric, okay? And then what you're going to do is you are going to cut it just like that. Now, on some of them, like this one is not all cotton, so that little black piece in there is the core, and it does tend to come out. If yours is all cotton, it may not do that. But what I like to do is just cover that like that, because it will pop out, like I said, you'll see. And so I'm just going to cut the wings off of there, okay? And so once you get the end done, like so, then we are set to start. Okay, a couple things to note before we get started. We have our end that we taped right there, so that's all ready to go. The other thing is make sure that you have poly thread, because cotton will break. And also you can use a jeans needle in your sewing machine, or a stronger needle, something that's going to get through the fabric and the core which it's not really hard to do, but it's better to have a nice new needle in there. Okay, so now we need to get our rope bowl started. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of our fabric, just a small piece, it'll be at the base, and we need to get that started. So at an angle, I don't know if you guys can see that good, but at an angle, I am going to start wrapping that. And it's just a little slow going at the very beginning, but then once we get going, you'll be fine. It comes together really quick once we get this all done. So I'm going to wrap that first, and I am going to straight stitch this just to get it started in the beginning. You're going to make sure that your feed dogs are up so that it catches, unlike that, but sometimes you got to make sure it's under there just right. And you see there it took it. And pull that out, get rid of some of this fray here. There we go. So some people like to tuck the edges in. I do not. I particularly like the look of the shabby kind of fabric. So I'm going to leave my edges out and let it fray all that it wants to fray. So we're going to get started and just start wrapping this just now that it's on there good, you know, with the straight stitch. And I am just going to straight stitch this a little bit more so that I don't have to fuss with it once I get going. And you can back stitch it if you want, but it's mainly just to get it on there so it's stable enough so that you can get going. And as we get going, you won't have to do that. You won't have to straight stitch your fabric down at first at all. So it goes pretty quick. All right. So now that I have that done, the next part takes a little bit of fudging and fiddling, but it's worth it in the end. So what I want you to do, I don't know if you can see this or not, but we are going to turn this in like, we're going to turn it in like a little snail, okay? And we're just going to, as tight as you can, okay? And that's still not tight enough for me. So tuck that puppy in there just like that. And just get it as tight. It's hard to do at this angle, so I apologize, but I want y'all to see it. Okay, so it should look something like that. Okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck it under here a little bit so that my feed dogs catch that. And I'm going to do a straight stitch all the way across that, okay? I'm going to do a straight stitch there. I'm going to back it up. I'm going to go forward again. I'm going to actually lift up. I'm going to turn a little bit. And this is just at the very beginning, okay? And so then we're going to do a straight stitch there. And I'm going to back it up. I'm making like a cross pattern there because I want to make sure that it stays. Okay, so I want to go back to the middle again. And then I'm just going to, sorry, excuse my reach there. Turn it in a spot that I haven't connected it yet. Go forward. And back. I want to make sure it's tight still, but it's got a pretty good hold right now. Okay, and once you get that, I'm going to pull that up so you can see that, just how that is. I do see a little hole there in mine, but I'm not going to worry about that, okay? Because I do want you to see how this comes together. And sometimes, too, that fabric will camouflage, too, where you just didn't get it tight, but you want to try to get it tight, okay? See that? There might be a little tiny space in there, but that's coiled. But see how that just kind of, that's our beginning, okay? That's our beginning. All right. Now, what we want to do is we want to change our stitch to a zigzag. This is where we get our zigzag stitch, and we are going to go, I'm going to go to, let's see, I'm going to start with 4 in length and 6 in width. This is a thinner rope, so you may not have to do too much with that. So now the key to this as well is to make sure that it's going in the right direction. Okay, so let me get going first and then I'll explain that. So at first, the first thing is you want to make sure that it connects. Now that is too big for me, so I'm going to take the width down to 5 and see if I like that better. Okay, it's catching on both ends. Sometimes you might have to lift up at the very beginning and go around. Now, I'm going to grab this because I want you to see this, okay? Now right here, there's a notch right in the center, okay? And that's where you want your 2 ropes, where they meet, that's where you want that notch, okay? And that will ensure that your zigzag will catch, okay? Will catch both of them. Now, do you see the way the rope is going? That's how it needs to be coiled as you make your basket, okay? Okay, guys, I moved my camera because I wanted to make sure you all could see this. So I do have my zigzag stitch on now, and it is at 3.5 in length and 4.0 in width, just for reference, okay? So, and you can see, I don't know if you can or not, but I have a little notch right in the center, and that is where the middle of my zigzag is, and that is where I'm going to focus on as I continue to go to keep those ropes right next to each other. Now at the beginning here, we're going to have to turn as we go, just a bit, just at the very beginning. But you see how, and just go slow at the beginning. I mean, it's not a race, right? So you just want to keep that notch in between where the 2 ropes meet in the middle. And see, I didn't do that well there on that one because of my angle, the way my arm is, but you get the point. And so we're just going to, this is at the very beginning, it just takes a minute, okay? And you can get some of that excess thread off there as you go. But again, notches in the middle, and as you can see here, I'm pushing with my finger, and I'm just holding here like this. Now, you do not want to pull on this rope. Do not pull on this rope. If you do, you're going to be all wonky and crazy with your basket. You just want light tension here because you are the tension, okay? And I'm going to stop it and turn it just a little bit. You see, when you turn it, it gets right back where it's supposed to be. Now, you just have to do that at the very beginning though, okay? So again, we're just gonna go around, and you see it goes a little bit easier and easier as it goes, okay? And I'm pushing here with this finger, and I'm kind of just, you know, with this one, a little tension, okay? And I'm being sure to keep that notch in the center, okay? I have to turn it a little bit. Again, my angle's a little bit off. Whoop. There we go, sorry. Let me just pull this up a minute so you can see this. So there's that. See how that started? Now that's the bottom of your basket. And there you go. That's the inside. Now you see how flat that is? You want to continue to keep that flat. That's why you need this nice flat surface. Okay, but I don't know if you can see the little zigzags in there. That's about right for me. That's where you want to catch it as you go around, okay? Isn't that pretty? We're gonna have a pretty basket when we're done, so let's get going, right? Okay, so there we go, and I will back it up there a little bit, just for GP, okay? And so again, my ball of rope is on the floor, and you see here, I'm actually pulling with this finger, pulling it over just a bit. Now this is kind of like mindless work, really, once you get going, because you'll notice that it'll go really quick, okay? But you want to continue to keep it flat. Now the only thing you really want to make sure, or not make sure, but the one thing that you want to know is where is your next piece of fabric going? And it doesn't really matter where, because it's wherever, really. Wherever you see fit and balance, or wherever you want it. Some people will even do the whole basket, but I like the natural look of the basket. But I think, and I'm going to add, just want to go, right? Okay, guys, camera move once again. So I just wanted to make sure that you all could see what was going on here. So we are going to add our next piece of fabric because I'm feeling like I need to. So for this, you are just going to get up close there best you can, and then we're going to do that at a diagonal type thing that I was talking about at the beginning, but we're not going to put any straight stitches or anything. We're just going to wrap it freestyle there, okay? And then get that as tight as you can. And then we're going to continue, and see, watch how that just catches in there. Okay, I need to turn it just a little bit. You might need to fuss just a little bit when you're putting the fabric on, just because you don't want any big, huge pieces, you know, outside of the circle. But if that happens, it's okay too, because you can just snip it off, no big deal. Because like I said, it's just frayed fabric, right? So you're going to get that where you want, just like that. Once you get that wrapped around there, you're just going to watch that middle notch. That's the biggest thing. That's my biggest thing, is watching that middle notch so that I don't veer too far from it. But if you do, you can always go back and put more zigzags in, because you know what? It doesn't really matter, because you're not going to be able to see it. If there's extra or whatever, but you can sometimes see when there's not enough. So again, and we're just making sure that that stays flat. We're just using normal tension. We're not really doing anything major as far as tension. We're just letting it pull from the floor there. I actually have it in one of my other rope bowls. I have the ball down there with my rope ball. And as you can see, you can get going. And we're going to make it about 6 inches in diameter, your base. I mean, if we stopped right now, this would make a really cute coaster, right? So yeah, so you can do all kinds of stuff with this. Make a cute little coaster set for somebody. I mean, how cute is that? And I just feel like I want to add more fabric right now, so I'm gonna. And you can too, wherever you want. And you can make this any color scheme that you want. It's crazy. I mean, they're so stinking cute. You can customize it. If you have custom fabrics in your home, you can customize a wedding gift for somebody even, or it's so versatile. I mean, think about the gift idea, and it's really, if you just were to make it for somebody and it matched their decor, I mean, how sweet is that to make that for somebody? I just think that's so sweet. It's so thoughtful, you know. So again, we just wrapped it, and that's okay if some are not right, but if you catch it in time, you can flip it over there, and we can cut that out if it sticks out later. So, I mean, there's no real law to this. I mean, you just go and do. I mean, it's a rope basket, right? I mean, you can do whatever you want with it. We're just moving along. See that? Sometimes the ball gets caught up down here at the bottom. I don't know why it is, but it is. If it does, just you know, keep your eye on it, make sure it doesn't. But it's just coming up from the floor, nice and easy, and we're just filling it in. Filling in the gap here right in the center. Combining these two ropes together. I'm going to get a drink of coffee. I love to drink coffee while I sew. I love to drink coffee anytime, actually. So I'm going to pull this up in a minute and show you all my progress. And then we'll measure it just to kind of see where we're at. I'm going to back it up there a little bit and forward and take it out. Okay. So let me show you here my little bobble mistake that I made, but it's not really a mistake. So, I don't know if you can't see that very well, can you? Maybe if I turn that off. There it is up close, and right there I overlapped a little bit, but that's okay because it's not going to matter. And then there's the back, but we'll clean that all up with those little extra pieces. And right here you can see that I did not catch. Okay, but that's okay because I'm going to go back over and redo that, okay? Okay guys, so I went back over and I caught a few areas actually that I didn't catch at the beginning, and that does happen. I was at a weird angle, but you know what, it is what it is. And I actually noticed that I needed to tighten up my my length on my stitch, and I went a little wider too. So I don't know if you can see the new stitch length, and I do like that better right there. I do like that. So this is our progress right here, and let's see, what are we at as far as measurement? We are at about, we are almost at 6 inches, a little over, we're about 5 3/4. So we're gonna go just a little bit more, and then we will start to bend the rope a little bit, bend the basket a little bit. That's where the magic happens. So we'll get started with that, and that's a fun part too. So okay, so we're gonna get going on this. Get restarted here. I mean, this is so much fun, right? Making these are so much fun. I just love it, especially when you're making it for somebody, right? So hopefully you can hear me above my sewing machine. But again, I just have normal tension, and I'm still just watching that notch. And let's see. Just watch how it comes out of the ball from the basket. I don't know why it's tangling up, but it is. So we're just going to go a little bit more, and then we're going to do that bend that I talked about. Okay, and I'm feeling like another piece of fabric. What do you guys think? I mean, it just adds so much color, right? I mean, it's just very pretty. I just love it. So we get that at an angle like I had said. And then we'll just wrap that a little bit. Get that started. Okay guys, one thing I forgot to do was show you, typically when you start to do the bend, you want to do, each time you go up, you want to go like 2 to 3 times around, and then go up 2 to 3 times around until you get to where you want to be. Okay, so that is gradual, or you can do a quick one that goes right to the actual bend. But I was about here, I think, before I stopped, right after I did the bend right after that. So I'm just marking that to know, and I'd already gone around, I think I'm on my second run, and I ran out of bobbins, so I'm back. So let's get started back into that. Nothing like getting going and you run out of bobbin and you don't realize it, right? I hate that. So, but it's real life. So we're at about this angle, and we're gonna go along here, and we're probably gonna go around again at this angle. Okay, so we've made it a few times around, and what we're going to do now is I'm going to, and you can see, look, it's lifted off of my table even a little bit. I love that. So we're going to even go up a little bit more, you see, and you can go any angle you want. We're going to continue to do the same thing. You see where our needle is, our spot. We're just going to continue. Off and show you guys our progress. Okay, I mean, it's looking super cute. Okay, so I want you to notice the lip. See that you've got, and you will go more and more deeper as you go, and you'll get that lift, and we'll really get it so that it's really hugging my machine. Okay, and I'm going to have to fix the camera for that. So, one sec. Okay, guys, we're moving right along. I hope y'all are having fun, because I know I am. So, you see the lip. We're starting to get going here, and we're just going to keep on going, and we're going to keep lifting. And I fixed the camera so that you can see when it goes over the front of the machine there, okay? So, we're just going to get restarted again here. Go back. And we're going to add some more fabric in, because fabric is fun, right? So, all right. So, let's get going. We're lifting. And you can see it's actually touching right here, the bottom part, okay? And you can take your hand and just push it. Just lightly, though. You don't want to go too much, too fast. And you can use the pressure from the end of the front of your sewing machine here, the pressure right here to, let me get this string out of here, or this thread, the pressure to help you hold that there to keep steady so that you have something to balance on. Stop and take a look and see, do I need any fabric? And if you're me, you're gonna say yes. I love it. This fabric's beautiful. And what a great way to get rid of your scraps too, especially on your favorite fabric that you're just like, oh man, I've used it up, now what? Well, put it in a scrappy basket. Put it in a nice little shabby chic basket. And again, we're just cupping our hand. We're making sure that those connect down here, though. We're doing a few things at once. So if you're good at multitasking, you'll be good at this. We're just letting it slide through. Take a look how my basket's doing down there. Okay. need some more fabric here. Let's see, where do we want this? We want this up here. So probably about there. Get that on there. A little closer, then you can tighten it up a little bit once you got it anchored there with your needle and thread. Oh, this is looking good, guys. Let me take it off so you guys can get a look at it, a good look. Look at how pretty that is so far. And then there's the back. I haven't cleaned it up totally yet, but we will. Pretty, pretty. Okay, let's get back to business here. Oh, let me grab my coffee. All right. Looks great. Oh my goodness, I love it. So you're holding pressure still and turning as you go. And you see here, this is, let me get this off of here because I don't like that. Okay. And then if you let it go and flop, that's kind of where you're at with it. That's all the bend that we put in there. And now we are really putting the bend in it. Okay? And so we're going to continue on. Just be careful. I don't know where your guys' thread comes in, but just be careful that you don't hit anything up here that would mess you up. So. I mean, it really is amazing that we can make a basket out of rope on our sewing machine these days. I mean, it's really cool. So we're going to continue on. Sorry about that. I just need to readjust yourself as needed, because as the bowl gets bigger, you're going to have to readjust your posture. Let me grab this off of here. I did like that. Let's see. And we may use up the whole rope. I don't know yet. Just depends. Oh, I did it again. See, I'm talking. I can't talk and sew at the same time, I guess. So let me get that off there. I missed another spot. Sorry, guys. But this is real life. What are you going to do, right? Okay, so just go back to the spot. and just use it. It's not a big deal. Nobody's going to even notice. Unless they're totally inspecting me, I don't know. But you want to get that cupped over that, okay? And are we ready for more fabric? I think we are. Let's go with, oh, this one. Let's go with this one. It's pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Again, just get it wrapped just so you can get a stitch going in there. And then we can pull the fabric taut over the rope. Remember when I said don't pull on this? Well, I said that for a reason, because at the beginning you don't want to. But right now at this point that we're at, we need it to come in now. So we are going to pull ever so gently on this, ever so gently. Just a little tug, okay? So that it tightens up right there, and it'll tighten around the whole thing. So we'll get started with that. But don't do it so tight that it's going to make it messed up, okay? So you just want to from this point on, you want to just take a little bit more tension. You want to make it a little bit tighter. And over here, I'm kind of holding the front area right here because it is getting a little bit bigger. So you're going to have to change to what feels good for you at this point, what feels more natural, you know, more comfortable. And then what I do is I grab up here and then go with the motion. Okay, so I'm pulling down here, I'm pulling it, and I'm actually giving it like a little tug and then a push with my left hand. So I'm back here, and we've got that nice flat bottom. See, nice flat bottom, and things are looking good. I'm excited about this. Excited, I want to see. Okay, we'll snip that and let's take a look. Okay, looks great. Nice and firm. It's a little bigger than the one I made with this rope. with this smaller rope, but it's okay. You see it's got a nice flat bottom. And then see the colors? Wow, those colors are pretty. I don't know if you can see because of the shadowing. Okay. Let's see, probably when we get around here, I'm going to probably add my last piece of fabric that I'm going to add. And if this turns out well enough, I will put it on eBay for sale. Because I also sell on eBay. That's fun. I do all kinds of things. But I didn't start learning how to sew until probably 5 years ago. So I started late in life. Okay guys, we're going to do something a little different that I have not done before on my baskets. So since I've decided to make this an Easter basket, I wanted some long handles. So I've pinned where I want it, just so you know. Let's see. So I was coming off this, it was in my machine just like normal, like you saw before I ended it, and I reinforced there with my zigzag, and then I pulled up the slack, okay, and left it there and measured, and I think I have like 8.5 inches there, and then another 8.5 inches of, you know, right here of slack that I pulled up. And then what I'll do is I'll continue to sew. I'll come around here, so I reinforce there, slack, leave this open, and then when I get to there, I'm going to reinforce there, sew, and reinforce, big gap, reinforce, okay? And then I'm going to do that a couple times, I think. And then we are going to connect this up top here. So we're going to make it look really super cute. So I just wanted to give you the game change, okay, the plan. So, so we'll get back to the sewing machine. Okay guys, so I gave you my game plan change. So let's get started. I'm all set up here. Like I showed you in the last segment, everything's pinned or clipped. Those clips are awesome, just so you know, if you ever are thinking about getting them, they're really awesome. So I'm going to try to sneak in here and get this clip off and try to pinch these together. So I'm going to lift up because I don't have it quite the way I want it. And so you just keep going until that connects there. And you're going to go forward and backward until that connects. And then you're going to continue on just like we've done, pulling just a little bit, just like we were doing before. I think I might have, well, no. All right, we're good. So we're coming up to the spot where the next handle is. And so I need to just kind of eyeball that and mark it, because the clip, of course, won't even get close to where the needle is. Just kind of eyeball it. If you're off a couple millimeters, it's not going to matter. This is going to be super cute though. You just want to reinforce that area best you can. Okay? And we're going to pull that off because we are going to look at that. Just to make sure that we are still even to where our looks about right to me. Okay, let's get in here nice and tight, and we can take the clip off and we're good to go. Okay, I should go backward and forward a little bit more there. And we're still pulling tight there. Now, we're getting to the fun part again. This whole project's fun. So when you get to the, right here, your other handle, you're going to follow the handle all the way to the other side, okay? So let's just do that, and hopefully let's pray that we have enough rope left. Now, mind you, it's still split, so now you just have like two that you're putting together because of the handle, okay? But you're still pulling it just a little bit. We're just working on the two ropes right now. Let's check our bobbin. Okay, we're good for a minute. Make sure this is probably out of the way or something. Hard to hold it and at the same time, but let me see here. It's going to be cute though, I think. I have a vision. I didn't have the vision though until about 15 minutes ago. That's how it happens. What are you going to do? That's how my brain works. Stitching those together. Get ready because it's going to go into the basket part, okay? And remember that's up closer. Now you might need to lift up and just maneuver yourself so that they come together. still good, but it's gonna run out. You watch, I'll forget about it. Let's get rid of some of these strings. I'll try to pare down this video so it's not so long, my word. Okay, now again, you're hitting the other one. See how cute? Look how that's working out. Let's get rid of some of this, as you can see. Okay, we'll trim all those later, but look at how cute already. It's double together. See? Cute. Cute, cute. I like it. Oh, it's going to be such a cute Easter. I mean, I didn't even know it was going to be an Easter basket until I got going. I mean, I was just thinking of but Easter's coming. I was just thinking of a regular old basket, but boy, how cool is that? And it's right around Easter time, coming up. And I guarantee you nobody will have this basket. This is like a non-duplicate. Okay, so now we're getting close again. So we're going to lift up and tuck all that in. All right, should we take a look? Should we take a look at what's going on? Let me go a little bit All right, let's take a look. I'm getting caught up in my rope here. All right, so this is what we have so far. Oh, it's super cute, guys. It really is. It is a super cute Shabby Chic Easter basket. I mean, come on. Who does that, right? Oh, so cute. So, let me see the rope situation. I think we may be able to give it another go around, okay? So let's do that. We'll give it another go around, one more round, except, let's see here. Get rid of this before it wants to run out on me. See, I love it when I remember. I hate it though when I've actually done a bunch of sewing and then I've run out. I don't like that so much. That's why I keep a whole bunch. Well, I'm running low though. Made up, ready to go. Because I hate running out of bobbin thread. All right, let's get this basket going, man. I love it. Oh, it's just turning out so pretty. Just in time for Easter. Make this any shape, any size that you want, your handle. It does not have to be the way I did it. Although I actually have never seen anybody do this style of one, so that's really cool. Don't forget to pull taut. You're still getting that. We're still trying to round out the top there. Okay. Oh yeah, that's looking so pretty. Okay. So let's get on with this. Kind of got to maneuver it. Am I catching it good? checking, making sure everything's good to go there. So we did 3 there, 3 there. So we're coming to an end and we still have this much rope left. Let's see. So we did this whole basket and we have that much rope left, okay? So that tells you that one little package, and I have to find out the size of it. I'll put it in the description box. Oh, this is so cute. Oh my goodness. So we're gonna come to an end now. I'll show you how we do that. So as you can see right here, we're at our end. This was our last handle. It has 3. That's all we're doing. Okay, look at that, how cool that is. All right. So when you want to get to the end and you want to blend it in here, you want to go at the angle. You want to cut it at an angle, okay? So you can see it. So you want to cut it at an angle, and the angle that you're going to cut it at is like right there. So the raw edge will go down into this part. So you're going to cut at an angle this way. Okay, so let me do that and get right back with that. I don't know if I can do that. Hold on. Okay, so sorry, I had to put the camera down in order to do this. So I cut that at an, there's that black coil right there. See, that was in the center. So I cut it at an angle up this way toward the basket so that when I sew now, I'm going to just, it's going to blend down like that, okay? So I'll be right back. All right, guys, here is the finished basket. Oh my word. I just love how this turned out. Let me see if I can just try to get all the angles and whatnots on it. The inside, super cute. Love the placement of everything. Bottom. I had so much fun doing this project, guys. There's how much rope we have left from that package. Look at the sides. I mean, is that cute? How that comes up? Let me see if I can. I'm trying not to get the messy side of my sewing room, so I apologize. I mean, how cute is that, though? I think I might sell this one on eBay, guys. I don't know. I'll get the measurements and put them down in the description box, the finished measurements. I mean, look at that. I just love how that came together. Little bow. You can put any little bow there you want. I chose the shabby look just because I just think it's so cute. Oh, the finished edge. Yeah, I was going to go over that with you. So I did that at the slant, and then I just put a bunch of zigzags in there to get it to lay down. That's it. And then it just hides itself. And you know what? Even though it does look like it's -1, I mean, I could have still went into here maybe, but I mean, you can do it as you see fit. But honestly, it just turned out so stinking cute. I just can't stand it. I mean, who wouldn't want that on Easter morning, right? Thanks, guys, so much. It was so much fun making this video.